welcome back to Kicking Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to do the spike stitch. So I'm working on these gloves and I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you this stitch. So in this pattern I do it every 3 stitches. So in this particular pattern I'm doing a spike stitch with a half double crochet, but you can do this with a wide variety of stitches. Really commonly I see it with double crochet, but I will show you a few different examples with different stitches. So with half double crochet, I'm going to yarn over just like normal. Now instead of going into this stitch right here, I'm going to go into that space below it. And different patterns will have you skip 1 row or 2 rows, so depending on what pattern you're doing, you might go in a different place. But this one, I'm just skipping 1 row and pulling it up, and I'm going to finish that half double crochet normally. And now, one thing to be sure of is that I'm not going to work into the top of that stitch. I'm going to skip it and do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So I'll show that again here. So half double crochet, I'm yarning over. I'm going to not go in the top of the stitch, I'm going to go in the space at the bottom of the stitch. And now I'm going to skip the top of the stitch and work into the next one. Now whichever stitch you're doing with this with, if I was doing this with a double crochet, I again would yarn over and I would insert my hook, not in the stitch but below, whatever part of the stitch where you pull up a loop, and then I would just finish this like a double crochet. I could do it with a single crochet, I just would not yarn over. I would go in the space beneath, pull up a loop, and then finish like a single crochet. So there really is a lot of variety that you can do with this. You can go down, skip more rows. You can go way down here if you want to. Maybe you want a really deep V. If you go down deeper, just make sure that you pull up enough yarn so that you're not bunching up the rows that you're skipping. So you can do a variety of heights to make some interesting details. Just always make sure you skip the top of the stitch that you would have worked into. So maybe I want to do this. I've got kind of medium, big, low, and then back up to small. So you can play with this, try a variety of things, and that's the spike stitch. It's really cool looking, but it's actually really, really simple to do. The only real things to remember are to skip the top of the stitch that you worked below, and to make sure that you pull up enough yarn in this loop so that you're not making these rows bunch up. Because if I was to pull that too tight, it would kind of do this. So like, oh no, now my yarn is all kind of bunched up and that's not going to look very pretty. Okay, so just be watchful of your tension and happy crocheting.